Hello, my name is Sata Faya, a spoken word artist and a gender equality activist. Today, I am starting a series called Raising the Well-Rounded Boy Child. We are fighting for gender equality, and it all starts from when boys and girls are still young. Whatever it is we want the young man or the young woman to know, it all starts from when they are kids. So today I'll be starting the Raising the Well-Rounded Boy Child. As parents, guardians, sisters, brothers, siblings, there are some things you need to let the boy child know at a tender age. 1, in order to raise a well-rounded boy child, let him show his emotions. A lot of times, we do not allow the boy child show his emotions. When he's angry or sad or happy, we tell him to act like a man. He shouldn't cry. As if he's not a human being, as if he doesn't have blood running through his veins. So only the girl is allowed to cry. She is allowed to express her emotions. And for the boy, he should suppress his emotions. And suppressing your emotion causes anger. It causes pain, resentment. He grows up to be a person who does not express himself, even when he's angry, happy, or whatever the case is. So today, you see more men committing suicide. Today, you see men going through a lot of pain and anger. And so some of them put their anger on innocent people instead of expressing their anger in constructive manners. So as parents or guardians, learn to allow your boy child to express his anger, express his happiness, express every kind of emotion he feels, because he is a human being like every other person. Teach him constructive ways to express his emotions. Ways like explaining, reporting, drawing, writing, praying. If a boy child comes to you and say, I want to explain something to you, or I want to report, don't tell him, shut up, you like complaining too much like a girl child or like a woman. You can ground too much. You like complaining, you like talking. That is a constructive way that he is expressing his emotions. Do not shut him up. Do not tell him to suppress his emotions or to shut up. Like every other human being, he feels also. He has blood running through his veins. If he gets angry, allow him express it, especially if it's a constructive manner. If he is happy, allow him express it also. Do not tell him to harbor the anger or the pain or the joy or whatever emotion that he has in him. Because as he grows up, he will be someone or a man who does not express emotions, who harbor resentment and pain, and he will end up putting it on innocent people. Another trick to raising a well-rounded boy child is to help him polish his personal hygiene. So when boys and girls are growing up, we tell the girl, brush your teeth, take bath, you are a woman, learn to take care of yourself, you woman. But we do not tell the boy to brush his teeth. We do not put pressure on the boy to take care of himself like we put pressure on the girl to take care of herself. And both males and females must take care of themselves. A boy must be able to groom, brush his mouth, brush his teeth, wash his mouth, take care of himself, trim his nails, and look good. A lot of times the pressure is placed on the girl child. So they grow up, both of them grow up. You see a girl who is decent, who takes care of herself, who makes sure she trims her nails and she is well groomed, but the boy is left like that. And then you hear people saying, he smells like a goat, he smells so bad. It sounds like it's fun, but it's not fun. Everybody needs to take care of themselves. So raising a well-rounded boy child means taking care of him. Another point or another way to raise a well-rounded boy child is to give him plenty of affection. A lot of times the affections are given to girls. You hug the girl child, you play with her hair, you tap on her back, but you don't hug the boy because you say, oh, he's a boy. They need to be hugged, even if it's not in front of his friends. But as a boy child, he also needs to be hugged. You can't give out what you don't have. If he's never been hugged before, he's never been cuddled before, he does not know what it means to be cuddled. He grew up a young man or a man who cannot cuddle. He does not even know how to play with a baby, because growing up as a child, you did not play with him. You did not show the importance of cuddling or hugging. And so he grew up a man who does not do it because he has never experienced it. So he can't give what he does not have. Another way to raise up a well-rounded boy child is to teach your son self-control. You hear parents telling their girl child, dress properly, sit well, cover your body so nobody will rape you, sit at home, don't do this, don't do that. What about the boy child? Teach him self-control. You train the girl child, you give her all the laws, you give her all the instructions, and then you leave the boy child out to go astray. And then you wonder, where is this attitude coming from? It's coming from not giving him instruction. It's coming from neglecting him. So as you tell the girl child to take care of herself, to sit properly, to dress well, and behave like a woman, also teach the boy child and the girl child self-control. When you teach the boy child self-control, we won't have men who are raping around here. If you teach him from a tender age that there are some things he won't get, and he should learn negotiations, that when he asks his sister for something, his sister says no, he should understand that it's no. When he grows up and he asks his wife or his girlfriend for sex and the girl says no, he will understand that I need to control myself. Whatever urge I have right now, I need to control it, and I know how to control it, because from a tender age, he has already been taught how to control his urge. Another way to raise a well-rounded boy child is to teach him that throwing tantrums will not get him what he wants. Now, what are tantrums? A typical example of tantrum is when your child says, "Mommy, I want candy," and you say, "No, you've eaten a lot of candy today, so I won't give you candy." And then he just throw himself on the ground and start shouting and start crying, "I want candy," and start embarrassing you. And because you feel embarrassed, you go and buy the candy for him and tell him, "This is what you wanted, right? Fine." And then he eats it happily. You are teaching him something. You are teaching him that whenever he wants something, he should embarrass the people or the person he wants it from in order to get it. You are showing to him that destruction gives him what he wants. So he grows up an adult who wants sex from his girlfriend or who wants something, and when the girl says no or "I'm tired," he jumps on her and forces her to have sex, because you taught him that destroying things or embarrassing people will give him what he wants. So you go out in public and he says, "Mommy, I want this," and you tell him you can't have it, and he falls on the ground and starts shouting and start trying to embarrass you. Do not give him what he is asking for until he learns to negotiate, until he tells you, "Mommy, can I have this? If you give me this, I will help you do this." Let him learn healthy negotiations. And sometimes do not even give it to him. Let him learn that in life there are some things he will need and want, but he won't get it. Let him learn what rejection is from a tender age. Let him learn to live with rejection and move on, so that he won't grow up an adult who, by the time he wants something and doesn't get it, he commits suicide or he forces himself on the person. You see a lot of men today, when they call a girl, "Hey, can I talk to you?" and the girl says no, they start to insult you, because from a tender age they learn that anything they want, they must get. And if they don't get it, they will embarrass you, they will insult you, they will do whatever it takes for them to get that thing. As a parent, when he wanted candy and you told him, "I can't buy candy for you," he embarrassed you and then you gave it to him. So it's like a cognitive conditioning. You are teaching him that you want this, insult somebody. If they don't want to give it to you, bully them. If they don't want to give it to you, hit them, do something bad, and they will automatically give it to you. So these are some of the ways you can raise up a well-rounded boy child. There are more ways that are going to be coming up in my next video. So this is just a part one of it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, contributions, maybe you've experienced any of these, just drop it down in the comment section below and we'll go through it together in the next video. Thank you. Please subscribe.